Welcome. Today we'll be discussing a collaborative consultation model called the Conjoint Behavioral Consultation Model. What will we be learning today? First, we'll describe the model, then discuss the use of the model. Next, we'll examine a case study looking at a practical application of the model in a realistic situation. At the end of the presentation, we'll take a look at the positive and negative aspects of the model. What is the Conjoint Behavioral Consultation Model? The model, often abbreviated to CBC, is a family-centered indirect model of consulting. It provides a solution-oriented focus in which parents, educators, and consultants work collaboratively to address the academic, social, or behavioral needs of a student for whom all parties assume some responsibility. What is the purpose of the Conjoint Behavioral Consultation Model? The goal is to effectively address parent and teacher identified desires or needs of a child in a manner that promotes shared responsibility and joint ownership in decision-making among parents and teachers, builds continuity between home and school settings, actively uses parents and teachers' ideas and strengths, combining the parents' and teachers' perspectives into coherent and cohesive alignment, addresses problems across all settings, and increases the diversity of expertise and resources that are available. The Conjoint Behavioral Consultation Model consists of a 5-step process. This includes pre-consulting, needs identification, needs analysis, plan implementation, and needs evaluation. The first step in the CBC model is pre-consulting. This is an important process of communication, relationship building, information sharing among the participants to identify and prioritize a child's needs, and making initial contacts to ensure that all participants know what to expect. The second step in the process is needs identification. Needs identification involves setting goals and brainstorming strategies that can be used at home and at school. Focus on specific behaviors that can be understood by all parties. Ask for examples of the problem behavior and focus on specific target problems. Ask your stakeholders, what is causing you the most concern? The third step in the process is needs analysis. This involves implementing a joint plan at home and school. It's critically important to conduct an adequate functional analysis to highlight important functions of a behavior and to accurately generate hypotheses and develop meaningful interventions. The fourth step in the process is plan implementation. Here, the collaborators will establish general strategies and specify tactics that might be used in treatment implementation. The consultant will elicit consultee perceptions regarding the purpose, function, or causes of behaviors, and then analyze important links between assessment and intervention. The plan focuses on ways to change the context, prevent problems, and increase expected behaviors, or in other words, teacher replacement behaviors. The final step is needs evaluation. This is when collaborators review the data collected by the consultees. They chart or graph the data before the meeting if possible. This data gathering allows the consultant to determine what progress the child is making, overall success of the intervention, and the overall success of services. Feedback is exchanged by the consultant and consultees throughout the consultation. This needs evaluation allows for immediate modifications to the treatment plan when they're needed. To implement conjoint behavioral consultation, about 3 to 4 meetings will need to occur, each meeting lasting about 45 to 90 minutes long. Let's use a case study to examine how the Conjoint Behavioral Consultation model could be successfully implemented. Imagine that 10-year-old Clarice is new to her school. She is placed in a program for students with intellectual disabilities. Her teacher quickly learns that Clarice prefers to observe rather than participate during class, and she will not join group activities. In her previous school, according to her parents, Clarice had been allowed to lie on the floor most of the day so she would not have tantrums about participation. Her new teacher and paraeducator want Clarice to demonstrate her capabilities, but don't want her to get off to a bad start at the new school. And they don't want her parents to feel negative toward her new teachers. The teacher knows this is a crucial time for Clarice's development and wonders what to do. To implement the CBC process in this case study, let's begin with meeting 1. Team members, which would consist of teachers, parents, or guardians, other school personnel, and healthcare providers if they're applicable that work with Clarice. This meeting will consist of identifying the concerns within the classroom and making plans to watch and observe closely to better understand the behaviors of Clarice not participating in group work and her tantrums about participation. Meeting 2 occurs after about a week of observation. The meeting focuses on why we think Clarice does not want to participate in class. During this meeting, a plan will be created to help address the behavior. The plan is developed with all team members and then put into place. Meeting 3 occurs after implementation of the plan. During the third meeting, results are revealed on how the plan has been working since its implementation. If the plan is unsuccessful, at this meeting, adaptations will be made to the plan, and the plan will then be re-implemented. The fourth meeting will be held if changes are made to the original plan to discuss the results of the changes that were made. This process will continue until a successful plan has been implemented. The process requires clear communication and time commitment from all members to effectively implement plans. What are some of the benefits of conjoint behavioral consultation? Let's look at the positives. It combines all perspectives and information from home, school, and healthcare providers. It allows for all people concerned about the student's education to feel more involved and responsible. It improves communication and interaction among the student, family, and school. Another benefit, joint involvement is generally received well among families, teachers, and school psychologists. And last, it helps to close the barriers that often occur between medical and school personnel. What are some of the negatives of conjoint behavioral consultation? Well, first, it requires more robust research designs to help draw better conclusions about the model. It requires more study, having direct involvement by pediatricians in the CBC meetings with parents and teachers. And the most prevalent drawback of implementing this model, like many models, is the lack of time and availability among participants. Thank you for joining us for this brief examination of the conjoint behavioral model.